Welcome back, everybody. It's Southern Beer Review again, and today we are bringing you the third beer in our Cigar City out of Tampa, Florida Porch series. We've already done the Maduro Brown, we've already done the High Lie, and today we're bringing you something called the Fancy Papers Hazy IPA. I'm excited about this because I always love when I drink a beer that I've never had. I've never had this. Obviously, I've never been to Cigar City, as I've already mentioned, but I've never even had this in the store. So we're going to try this hazy IPA, and I'll let John say a little bit more about the beer.
Yeah, it's nice. First of all, note the nice orange haziness as
Yep.
I spill a little bit. Um, it is 6.5%, 45 IBUs. So if you compare that to the highlights, a little less alcohol and a little less IBUs, but not too far off the mark there. It says it's a juicy IPA and notes of mango and tangerine. I'm excited too because I do love Cigar City and everything they do.
And mango is a staple in Florida anyway, so it's not surprising they would, infuse mango in their beer. I was smelling it while John was giving you the description, and you definitely get some hints of fruit.
Oh yeah, strong.
Pretty strong, and not just subtle.
Smells like I'm smelling a glass of orange juice.
So let's give it a shot, and I'm excited because this is the first time I've tried it. I don't know that I've
Hmm.
ever had a mango. First of all, but in that sip, it's like I get a combination of like pineapple, orange, um, typical of a South Florida beer.
Yeah, and I'll confess I've had this one before. Um, but sometimes beers strike you different, and depending on the moment, the mood, your palate, whatever the case may be. And I'm pleasantly pleased with the way this tastes
It's
right
good.
here.
It's
It's
really
good.
good. The hazy IPA, John, if I'm not mistaken, is a relatively new style. Last 4 or 5 years, I think.
It's become popular, yes, in the last 4 or 5
It may
years.
not be new, but it's
Yeah,
become kind of in vogue,
yeah, it really
born
has.
out of the New England style. By the way, as a history teacher, I was reading this. This is kind of cool. The name Fancy Papers comes from the fancy paper that they would use to apply to the lids of cigar boxes a long time ago, which is,
Fitting.
cigar boxes are synonymous with Cuba. And like I said in a previous video, there's a famous neighborhood in Tampa called Ybor City, which is a Cuban neighborhood, which you should go check out if you ever go. But John, I like the subtle hint. It's not an overpowering fruit flavor by any stretch.
Yeah, it's a little bit more balanced than some hazies that I've tried, and it's very drinkable. Like I sort of want to chug it.
There's also a little bit of a bite to it. Um, that probably has to do with the kind of hops that they use. Um, and also, too, as a brewer, there's a delicate balance there. I mean, you want the taste of the hops to come out, and you want a fruit flavor to come out in a beer like this, and to be able to do it where one doesn't overpower the other, that takes a lot of talent.
And I don't know, William, if you looked at your glass, you notice the little flecks of sediment floating
I
around
do,
there. I mean, it
yeah,
is truly a hazy. There is, yeah, I don't know if the camera will pick it up or not, but there are actual little flecks of what would you call that? Sediment
yeah.
or
It's some sort of sediment that beers have.
yeast? I don't
Yep.
know. But I mean, it doesn't affect the taste at all. In fact, it probably enhances the taste. It's a really tasty hazy IPA, and typically, I don't like hazy IPAs, or well, I shouldn't say I don't like them. They're not my favorite style, but this one may be one of the better ones I've had.
Well, this one lives up to its name. I mean, it's got a great color. Like I said earlier, my favorite thing about this beer is the flavor of the hops and the flavor of the fruit are perfectly balanced to me. So if I were rating this beer, I guess it's good. I mean, I don't like it quite as much as I do the Maduro and the High Life, which are beers 1 and 2 in this Porch
Mm.
series. But I give it an 8. I mean, I
Yeah,
like it. It's good.
yeah, I'm pretty well there, pretty close to you there, William. I'd say a 7.5 is where I am, which is really strong for a hazy IPA for me.
Right.
Uh, excuse me. Yeah, I'm gonna when we end this video, I'm gonna surely enjoy the rest of this. We have one more beer left in our Cigar City mix pack Porch series. And by the way, I don't know, did you mention where we're coming from today?
Yeah, we're this Porch series is coming from my side yard,
Yeah.
and thanks to these new Adirondack chairs we got from my in-laws,
It's
that's
a
hooking us
porch
up a little bit.
series slash side yard
Yeah.
series. But is there really anything better than a side yard though and a porch? Those are two of the best.
Especially in the summer.
Yeah.
All right, so guys, we've brought you from Cigar City, Maduro Brown, High Lie, and the Fancy Papers. We have one more to go, and then just to kind of give you a flavor of what's to come, John came home with a 4-pack from the Fairhope Brewery down in South Alabama. So we're looking forward to bringing you that in the next week or so.
Yeah, we'll be sampling those and giving some reviews of those as well. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. That helps us a lot. You guys have a good evening, and or
See you next time.
yeah, we'll see you
Yep.
next time.